Hello everyone. Thank you so much for watching. This channel is for you and would not have come this far without your support. It's been a couple of months since my last episode due to my preparation for appellate court oral arguments on February 11th, 2025. Then, it took me another month to reflect on what has transpired since March 27th, 2018 to February 11th, 2025. 7 years of struggle navigating our judicial system, especially as a self-represented pro se litigant, facing hidden prejudice, bias, and presumption against those who represent themselves. I hope that by sharing my story, I can encourage you to stand up and speak out when you face injustice, particularly when you need to represent yourself in legal matters without the means to hire a good lawyer. Through this channel, I hope we can build a community for self-representing pro se litigants in pursuit of justice, a place where we can offer comfort and support when dealing with injustice. First, I feel obligated to share my background with you, to give you a sense of where I came from and why I'm here sharing this journey with you, a journey that illustrates how injustice can happen to anyone. I came from a prestigious background. Both of my parents came from well-to-do families with social status. They tried their best to provide me and my siblings with the finest education, exposure to diverse cultures, and freedom of expression with appropriate discipline. They raised us without unnecessary pressure, ensuring we grew up with a sense of honesty, happiness, responsibility, accountability, honor, kindness, and proper manners. I received a bachelor's degree with a double major in economics and accounting, and later earned an MBA. I enjoyed a rewarding career in investment banking-related information technology project management. In 2000, after feeling burned out from the high demands of work performance, I decided to move to Connecticut to start my own retail business. In July of 2003, I opened a high-end collectibles and accessories boutique in the beautiful foothills of Litchfield County. Little did I know this would mark the beginning of my vigorous pursuit of justice. When faced with discriminatory events targeting me and my business, I initially had legal counsel. After 4 years of legal proceedings and nearly $150,000 in attorney fees, my attorney withdrew from my case, simply because I questioned why we had made so little progress after so much time. Before withdrawing, he advised me to settle for a fraction of the amount I had already paid him in legal fees. Worse yet, he would still take part of that settlement money if I agreed. I declined, and he withdrew. Those $150,000 in legal fees were funds that should have been reinvested into my business operations. Instead of growing my boutique and building inventory, I was forced to divert these crucial resources to legal representation that ultimately failed me. This was a devastating financial blow, but I made the difficult decision to sacrifice immediate business growth for the pursuit of justice. At that moment, I chose principle over profit, not fully understanding how long and arduous this journey would become. This was my first realization that my attorney's primary interest was in feeding himself, when his best interest in representing me should have been my benefit, not his. I felt scammed. It was then, in 2008, that I decided to attend law school to earn my law degree and represent myself. At least this way, I would know what was truly happening with my case and have some level of control over the proceedings. From 2008 to 2011, for 3 or 4 days each week, I would drive 6 hours round trip between Connecticut and Massachusetts to attend law school, all while managing my boutique and handling my ongoing legal matters. I was one of the few older students in my class, so I always needed to be mindful of maintaining my energy level and enthusiasm for school activities. I'm proud to say I only missed 1 day of school due to the death of a family member. The school was kind enough to offer me an extra day to grieve. I discovered all the shortcuts to avoid highway rush hour traffic, though I still received many speeding tickets that increased my auto insurance rates. During those commutes, I found beautiful spots throughout Connecticut and Massachusetts, along with great places to stop for gas and snacks. I would record class lectures and listen to them while driving. During final exams, I would stay at a hotel near the school to focus on my studies. Looking back, although those 3 years were exhausting and demanding, filled with pressure and challenging time management, they were also filled with hope and inspiration for justice. The 14 years following law school were unexpectedly chaotic and challenging, testing not just my everyday life, but my mental strength and health. Through this challenging journey, I lost my residence to a wrongful foreclosure and experienced a barbaric eviction in 2018 where more than 50% of my personal property was taken. During this time, I also endured the pain of losing both of my parents. Having to rebuild my wealth from ground zero, I realized how grateful I should be to my parents for my upbringing, my education, and my sense of honor, to always choose to do the right and honorable things despite facing the loss of everything. Their legacy lives on in my determination to pursue justice. Through this journey, I've come to realize how intimately intertwined the 3 branches of our government function. We often only pay attention to the political end of the executive and administrative branches, yet fear the judicial branch with a sense of it being untouchable. I discovered that behind the judicial branch, it is often the executive and administrative branches that manipulate our legal system. This realization highlighted for me the critical importance of our voting rights, one of our constitutional rights. Our Constitution is the rock upon which our 3 branches of government sit, and protecting it requires vigilance from all citizens. In the next episode, I'll share how I applied my legal education to my own case and the obstacles I encountered in the judicial system as a pro se litigant. Before ending this episode, I also want to share an important message. If you find yourself in a situation where you're a self-represented pro se litigant and unable to prevail, please don't be discouraged, disappointed, or have negative thoughts about your performance. It is not you, but perhaps because our legal system is not as perfect as we hope it to be. Your worth and the legitimacy of your case are not determined by the outcome alone. The system has inherent challenges for those who represent themselves, and recognizing this reality is an important part of maintaining your determination and self-respect throughout the process. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you're facing similar challenges or have your own story of self-representation, please share in the comments below. Together, we can build a supportive community for those navigating the legal system on their own. Thank you, again, so much. Please do not forget to like this episode and subscribe to my channel.